Good morning, Year 2, and welcome to Friday's maths lesson, the last maths lesson of the week. So we're going to start off with a warm-up today, which is counting backwards again, which is going to be really useful for today's maths lesson. So practice counting backwards from 100 to 0. So pause your video now. Right, now you've practiced counting all the way from 100 to 0. This time, can you practice counting backwards starting on any number? So you might want to ask somebody at home to give you a number to start on. You might think of a number yourself, or I'm going to give out 3 numbers for you to start on as well. Now you might have somebody at home who could tell you a number to stop at. So maybe start at 25, but stop at 16. It is up to you. So I am going to ask people to count back from the number 49. So pause your video and count backwards from 49. Well done to everybody who joined in with that one. Now my next number is the number 61. Can you start at 61 and count backwards? Pause your video. Well done. And then the next one is, can you start on the number 86 and count backwards? So pause the video. Well done. Now those skills are going to be useful today. Remember, take care when you're crossing those tens boundaries from things like 41, 40, 39. Remember, it's 39 that comes before 40, not 49. I know a few people have come unstuck with that one in class. So today we are learning to subtract 1 digit from 2-digit numbers on a blank number line. So we're building on our work yesterday where we were adding on a blank number line. So our question today is 27 take away 4. So we're going to have to start on the number 27 and then count back 4 jumps. But remember, we do not need to spend ages writing every single number from 0 up to 100 on a number line. First of all, it would take ages, and second of all, you probably don't have a big enough piece of paper at home to be able to do that, because I know that I don't. Okay, and we're only going to be using a small part of the number line. So we're going to start off by writing this number that we are starting with on our number line, but instead of writing it at this end of the number line, we're going to be starting it at the right hand side today, because we're going to be counting backwards. We're going to be taking away. So I have put my 27 on here ready, and then I've even put a helpful hint at the bottom. Remember to count when you bounce. So when we're doing our jumps back, our bounces, our 4 bounces, remember to count as you bounce. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done my 4 bounces. Now our next step is to write in the numbers that we would land on. But remember, we're counting backwards, so it's not going to be 28, 29, 30. We're going to be doing 1 less each time. So 1 less than 27 would be 26. 1 less than 26 is 25. 1 less than 25 is 24. And 1 less than 24 is 23. So we've gone 27, 26, 25, 24, 23 with our 4 bounces. And we've landed on 23 at the end, so our answer is 23. So remember to count when you bounce, count the jumps that you are subtracting, and then go back and write the numbers that you land on underneath. So 27 take away 4 equals 23. Now here's our next one to look at together. So we've got 32 take away 3. So again, we've got our blank number line, and we're going to start off by writing our number 32. But I'm going to ask you to pause your video so that you can go and find a piece of paper or a whiteboard so that you can do this one along with me. Okay, now that you've all got your writing tools in front of you, make sure you've got your nice line for your number line, and we're going to add that number to it here. We're going to put the 32 ready, because that's where we're going to be starting. Now let's look back at our number sentence. We are taking away 3, so we need to do 3 bounces backwards along our number line. After that, we add on the numbers underneath. So 32, 31, 30, 29. So the answer for this one is 29. Now the next question that I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to read out to you, remind you what to do, and then pause so that you can work out the answer for me. So this time, 45 take away 9. And this is why it's really useful having a blank number line, because we only need the part of the number line that's just before 45. We didn't need to worry about all those numbers from 0 up to about 20. They won't be relevant today. So remember, start off by writing your 45 here, do your 9 jumps, and then fill in the numbers going backwards that you would land on. So I'm going to pause. Right, well done if you had to go at that question, and I'm just going to reveal the answers. So remember, we had 45, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bounces, and then we filled in the numbers counting backwards. So 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, and this is where we have to be careful because we're going back to 39, 38, 37, 36, and the answer is 36. So well done to everybody who got the right answer. Now, remember those steps today. You've got your blank number line. You put your greatest number that you're starting with on this right-hand side. Then you count the right number of bounces that you are subtracting, and then you go back to fill in the numbers underneath, counting backwards. It's all about going backwards today because we are subtracting. Okay, let's look at our wolf. So today, what am I looking for in your maths work? So we've only really got 2 parts to our wolf today. Our first one is that I can subtract a 1-digit number from a 2-digit number on a number line. And remember, it is a blank number line today, and we don't need to fill out all of the numbers that we won't be using. It's just the ones that we land on. And then your challenge is I can solve subtraction word problems using a blank number line. So again, you'll have your questions at the top of the page, and then right at the bottom, you'll have your red challenge questions, which are some word problems. Right, so this is what your worksheet will look like today. You've got your Walt and your wolf at the top. Then you've got your questions with your blank number lines. And again, I have put the steps at the top here to help you, to remind you how to do it. So use the blank number lines to solve the subtraction problems. You don't need to write all the numbers on there. You will only need to write the ones that you need. So write the starting number on the blank number line. So 31 is my starting number. So I would write that on my number line at this end, because remember, we're subtracting and we are going backwards. So jump on or draw the right number of bounces and go back and write the numbers that you would bounce on, and finally write the answer. So remember 31, then I want to see your 4 bounces, 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to keep them as even as you can. I'm sure yours will be much neater than mine is when I'm working on the computer and the whiteboard. And then go back and fill in those numbers that you would land on. Remember, counting backwards, 1 less each time. So good luck with your maths today, everybody. And I look forward to seeing your answers, and have a lovely weekend.